Never mind, I found it. Hey DNA, how's it going? How are you doing today? Okay, gonna need my water because this game gon' be thirsty, you know what I'm saying? Alright. We'll wait a little bit for people to trickle in, but I hope you guys are doing well. Yes, it's gonna be one of those days where we play a game like this. Always fun. Always fun. I'm doing well, thank you very much. I'm actually, I am incredibly obsessed with this RC car now. I know that we're, like, we didn't really, build the entire thing yet, but, like, I'm already, like, really stoked about the next few steps. Because it's going to be a lot of building, and I'm just, like, really excited to just continue it this week. I think this week we'll try to do, I think we're just going to do we're going to do as much as we can after this stream, of course. I'm, like, super excited. Can you guys hear the music? I can't really hear it anymore. God, what is this? Like, I'm waiting for that intro to come in again, because I actually want you guys to see it, because it's actually really funny. I don't know what to expect. Are we only dating Colonel Sanders? Or, like, what? What was happening here? I'm not quite sure what the story is here. But I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to date some chicken daddies. By the way, if you guys have any chicken puns for me, feel free to let me know. Feel free to lay them on me, because it's gonna be one of those nights. It's gonna be one of those nights. My favorite chicken pun is, you know what? you know, I should find that GIF actually. Oh, hold on. Where's that GIF? It's really funny. It's like one of my favorite things. Oh god, I gotta save this. I gotta save this. Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to this. We haven't played a dating sim in a long time, actually. Okay. Here, this is what I'm gonna do, because it's that funny. I'm gonna put a little image, and you guys are gonna like it, okay? Downloads. There we go. There we go. Can you guys see that? Why did the chicken cross the road? Why? Benz, you Brexit? Oh my god, both of those are bad. Do you guys see that over there, by the way? The chicken strip? That's my favorite thing. What's your favorite type of chicken? Chicken strips. I'm curious to that. Okay. No, Benz! You have to stay in here! It's gonna be great, it's gonna be good. Okay, we're gonna start. Before we get started, tell us your name. Kona. Oh, the sound effect. Hell yeah! This is gonna be worth it. There's a dog in here, apparently. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Oh, that's so peaceful. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and at him. Oh god. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. Smack it. Just smack it. Is that BTS? Is that BTS that's up there? Do you guys see that? Is that BTS? Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Wait, no. Is that BTS? I don't even know what they look like. Is that them? Holy crap. That's actually really funny. Good for you, KFC. You getting on that hype train? I think that is BTS, by the way. Oh my lord. It's gonna be one of those days. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you and the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Wow, that's a very, it's a very fun name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously. You need to allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking of the future. Let's daydream a bit. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Ooh, that actually looks really good. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. You know, not gonna lie, but KFC biscuits, like those biscuits are really good. Not gonna lie, like you put some butter on that stuff. Butter my biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Yikes, you're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Oh, gross. No. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Why is that the name? Who thought that would be a good idea to name your university? Excuse me. Here comes your lifelong best friend, forever, Miriam. BFF. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Miriam. Good morning, Kona. Are you Why is my name in all caps? Good morning, Kona. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited. A little nervous. Okay. A lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, I ate it, and I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Oh, poor Miriam. Poor Miriam. Ever since we were little babies playing together, you rescued me from that quicksand box. It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning is famous three-day only semesters. I'm afraid that I'm being left behind and never catching up. Wait. There's 3, so it's not a semester, it's like a 3-day seminar. Okay. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Oh. Butter my biscuit, it's already sus. Okay, you know, Benz, it's not sus. Butter my biscuit. She apparently is kissing mannequins for practice. So, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's change the subject, because I think if we keep talking about it, she's just gonna worry herself. It's hard to see Miriam like this, and frankly, quite exhausting. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. All summer, you've been hearing rumors about a dreamy, what did you say? She looks Dr. Seussy. Does she? Dreamy, enigmatic, mystery student who is enrolled at this school. Is that how you say that? Enigmatic? I can't English. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's a little worrisome, but you'll be fine. What about this mysterious student we read about on the school message board? Any new deets?
Uh-huh.
Oh, get this. I heard his name is Harlan, and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. He's had them ever since he was born from an egg. What? Okay. An egg? Like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. But that's the thing about having powers. It would line up with some of the other rumors I've heard. Like, I heard he once fought a bear with just his smile. Smile. Is this who I think it is? You both sigh, thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. How rude. Custom-engraved measuring spoons. Alright. Hey! It's Ashley. Who spells Ashley like this? Excuse me. Your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Yeah, I mean, look at her. Look at her. Of course. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Did she just call me chicken shins? Is that an insult? Can I call people that now? Like, chicken shins? What? Chicken shins. I'm gonna call people that, but I have a feeling that it sounds too very closely like something else. You leave Kona's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. I'd hope so, at least. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. I mean... sometimes it be like that. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man. Who's naming these people in this game? Van the Man. Jesus. Ashley is fine. Okay. She's thick. Like, not gonna lie, she's pretty thick. Like, across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Oh god. Ahem, Van? You rang? Oh no. You... Okay. Who designed these characters? I'm like 100% done. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I mean, he's like 100% gay. You can totally tell. They're not a couple. They might even just be brother and sister. I mean, look at them. They have the same color hair. Isn't that what it's usually? I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. Oh man, yikes, I'm mean. Who am I to say that? I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off. You resist the urge. So you resist the urge. Why? I want to tell them off. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid. Oh my god, that sound's gonna play over and over again until I read this. You see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Stop. Okay. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name's Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down? Hi, Pop. I'm Kona, so are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? In what way? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure of where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Okay, you know, best game. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. He is. Look at him. He's so cute. Okay, you know, this game is okay. This part of the game makes the entire game 100% worth it. 100% worth it just for this dog. Oh, his name is Sprinkles! That is really cute. Now, quiet down, everyone. And he talks! Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Hey, whole lot of gang, how's it going? Welcome, just in time for this game. We just got started, by the way, so don't worry, you haven't really missed much. Other than seeing our rival, that's about it. We haven't really done too much today. And apparently there's a dog, so it's already good. How are you doing? Oh my god, he's so cute! Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. A dog chef. I'm good, and he's adorable. Yes, he's so cute! Hell yeah. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I agree. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just leave it here for a little bit because he is incredibly extra. He has all flower petals floating across the room as he enters or before he enters. It's just like, okay, I feel it. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him, if it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. I thought the Colonel was going to be the headmaster or something. I didn't think he was gonna be a student with us. Please, Call me Colonel. Okay, Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Oh my gosh, he's like James Bond. Call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Except it's not his last name. It's so weird. Harland Sanders. Is that his real name? Can somebody look this up? A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone's looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot. Yeah, I know Colonel is a military rank, but why are we calling him Colonel? Like, that's not his first name. Maybe we should open that window back up before faucet pit melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Colonel Harlan David Sanders. Okay. Alright. Okay, fine. You two both know my name, and we were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with you and all your really weird insults? Yeah, why do they keep insulting me like that? Okay. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is stands before you, smiling gently, his arms outstretched. Beautiful angel that he is. I mean, if you're into that. Boy, howdy, this room gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Wait, should I be saying his lines in like an accent, like a southern accent? But I have a really bad southern accent. Please, use my handkerchief, Chief. Handkerchief? Handkerchief? Try it. Oh! You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Oh! That's funny. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you. About how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Take the handkerchief, refuse the handkerchief. But okay. But if we take the handkerchief, then we'll have something of his. And then we'll have to we can be one of those people who are like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take it and oh wait, I don't wanna give it back to him yet. I'm gonna wash it and then give it back to you another day. And then it gives me an excuse to see him again. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think here. This is all about you see any Korean drama or anything out there, any sort of rom-com, okay? You always take the handkerchief. You never refuse it. Because if you take it, then you have an excuse to see them again. So I'm gonna take it. Because I know how to play this game. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders, and then you might be able to touch their hand too. You know what I'm saying? You might accidentally graze their fingers as he passes it to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think this through, Hell yeah, I got all the moves. You can't play me like that. I know this game. I know this. Okay, you stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. See, he's basically touching my hand. It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. See, and then you get to do that too. You get to smell him without being inconspicuous. You know what I'm saying? See, always take the handkerchief. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Who is this weird looking kid? Oh, is that me? Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Oh my god, look at him. He's so cute. Look at the dog. Look at him. Let that be a lesson to you, students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Yeah. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks into the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. Classroom seems a bit empty. Yeah, right? You've never heard a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart and tough is well known. You decide and try to butter up Tim by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Chicken snack, of course. Chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite! Well, well, well. I think there might be some competition for the new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Yeah, 200 IQ, man. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Oh, is that a thing? Okay. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seat, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Kona, there's a seat here. It seems no one has claimed a seat next to me, if you're interested. Oh no, so we're picking between our best friend and our love interest. I mean, I feel like I can't ditch Miriam. Because, like, who does that on their first day of school? Our friend needs us. Friends, bros before... we can't leave her alone. She's already nervous as it is. If we ditch her, I feel like we'll be a bad friend. And I feel like if we, you have to play hard to get. You have to play hard to get, because if you don't play hard to get, he's gonna be like, oh, this is too easy. Whatever. You're not gonna be a good date. So I'm you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go sit by Miriam, because if you show that you're loyal to your friends and won't ditch them at the first sight of someone very, very handsome, I feel like that's the thing. I feel like that's how you should be. Don't ditch your friends immediately. You gotta be loyal to them, because then he'll know you're loyal. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. Well, you're my friends, man. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. kind of. 3 days when you have to work is like a lifetime. Okay, let's see. You say, but now that Miriam mentioned it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. You beat bells again, did I really? Hey, Cellophane Man, how's it going? This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. That's right. Forest is to tree, as to chicken is feather, of course. Dirt. That's right. What's the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Spork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Yeah. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He is the best boy! He is the best boy! Your total score is perfect! Hell yeah! Aced it! Pop quiz on my first day, getting an A because I'm Asian. Hell yeah. Sometimes it be like that. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? Hell no. Did you... Well, the A is right there in Asian. Hell yeah. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. Our chicken daddy is impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hell yeah! He thinks we have a beautiful brain. I can't stand this game. Hot diggity, Kona! You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. Hot diggity! Hell yeah. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Another one? Time for lunch? Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers! But Shh! Lunch! She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled! Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelopes you, and you begin to feel safe and are warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavor. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. I want some safety chicken. Oof. You know, I haven't had KFC in a long time. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. Sick. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry a chicken so tender. I don't know how I feel about that. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There is enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing! Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Wow, this is kind of well written. I kind of like this. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. What should we do? I don't know. This one's kind of up and at 'em. I'm not really sure what I should do for this. Let's focus. Let's see what it tells us about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Ha 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 ha. How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got two more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun?
Aww.
You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use... What? What? Wow, you've never guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. Salt? While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea. To add an additional ingredient that'll really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Let's be modest. I don't want to insult him because I feel like if we're trying to show off, I feel like we're putting ourselves out there a little bit too much. But I feel like, and then also, if we try to suggest something, I feel like we're gonna insult him, right? I feel like we're gonna insult him. So maybe he's being thoughtful by looking at the school buildings. We should also, so let's do that. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty and savory and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Kona. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I mean, we're getting pretty far with Colonel Sanders right now. We've gotten hearts for most of the things, so I think we're good. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything. Please don't. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're gonna earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over to you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner?
Aww.
Sure, Kona. I'll prepare our station. We left Miriam! Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop bzz. Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I mean, okay, Pop seems like you'll be doing most of the work, but I feel like Clank, at least he can cook in himself, right? He's technically an appliance. She'll have an advantage. Hey Solo, how's it going? Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Okay, Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. Ha ha ha. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking class work. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're gonna keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy, and you don't even need to cook it. Okay. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind, or your grandma's mashed potatoes and gravy. Things made with love, right? I feel like the mashed potatoes and gravy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Sorry, I have to hit the hit early and good night. Okay, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, whole lot of gang. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Sleep well. Rest well. See you next time. We'll be building the RC tomorrow, so you're good. Okay. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? Why did KFC make this? Promotion, pretty much. It's free promotion, honestly. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man. I mean, why not? It's free. It's free. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Kona's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van, we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Kona was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you'll be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Is that a chicken pole dancing next to Harry? Yes, it is. Chicken strips. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for her Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Let's turn to Miriam. You turn to Miriam as soon as you find her. She senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them! I actually think that Ashley and Van were just leaving. Leaving you in the dust vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Kona is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which he pours smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Brownie would be proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. This game is something else, you know what I'm saying? This game is something else. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley when you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the spork full of mashed potato right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Kona. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I have potatoes, face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic! In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed. It might have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late, it has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. It killed him! Yo, what? What? Oh my god, we killed the student! Everyone step back, don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle is being slurped up into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, and then is immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Of course it would. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not the greatest representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. Okay, bye, Solo. They were amazing. Tasting them reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Kona? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, and also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. Whoa. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. What the freak? I think I left the refrigerator door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? Before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fighting sequence. Oh, hell yeah. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go to the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Oh god. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure. You do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses oh god. Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Attack one more time. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce on the lawn in the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch! Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Finish him! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster really messed with the wrong chef. Attack! You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction! That is too real! That's too real! Does 10 damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Kara. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cooking book, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magical spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. This game is something else, man. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Yeah, dreams are weird. Whoa! Oh, hell yeah! You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, he's really smart, and he told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in. And was also the convertible that he rode himself in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You are a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. Secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said that it was a powder created from a super duper rare dried flower petals. That if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. I'm not giving you the secret. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted. Oh God. Oh no. I think you're being very literal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about the spices. A whole suitcase of mysterious, secret spices. I think you got yourself some drugs, lady. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Fibber. Please, it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I'm gonna make it up. I'm not gonna tell her. I think we'd betray his trust and we'll... You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Oh my God. Look at your man. Now look back at me. Now look at your man. Then look back at me. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back. Don't wanna pressure him. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. You shouldn't rush a horse anyway. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. Then he slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. What a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover it for you. Oh, Kona just gets really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. They got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one, I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Let's tell them to stop. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. It doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep! Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts! You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Worms. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in any of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs were very, very tired. But I'm here now, and hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Kona, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? I don't know. I don't really know where to go with this. Maybe the dog biscuit? Maybe a glass of water? Let's go with the glass of water. We could always get some water. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool, crisp. It's cool and crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. Oh God! And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. Oh God, we drank the toilet water. We drank the toilet water. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Oh, come on. It's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them. Yeah, I'm gonna face them. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Kona. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles step in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer! Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Arrrrrrr! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, as if the time runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What? Oh. You don't know what, you don't know Colonel Center, but you have an idea. 11. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but you're heading in the right direction. Now that you've got the basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Trust. What? Okay, you meditate on this if I draw energy from that place. Okay, this is your shot. You're not gonna miss it, okay? You try to shut out the noise from the arena and focus on your cooking. What's the sound of success? Sizzling. Oh no! Try again. We're gonna try that again. What the heck? How am I supposed to know that? We're gonna do that again. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, that's cool that you get to do it again. Okay. Stand corrected. Okay. Okay, how would you have gotten to school without knowing that? Winner. Okay. You're gonna need to stick it. 11. Okay. Okay. Woo! 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 Small town, okay. What? I believe in you, Kona. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. What? You're falling behind. What? Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, this is an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing the easy way. You immediately shove your... Oh! My hands! Sweetheart, look at your hand and you simply you can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. Here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Oh no, my hands are broken. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, it's because I'm the sweetest. I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes so good and tells a story of excellence. I was gonna ask Kona to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicious hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his fingers into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn into ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you as storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. Dang. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now, not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. This line has some pickup lines. Holy crap. Holy crap. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner in a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's a sport. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Gorko, the spork monster, is here to fight a hero! Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin. I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much the exact equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, and I just don't think I have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Kona is saying that, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies. I suppose we don't really need to fight, just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes you and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school. One day, some mean kids with a magical spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook. Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't have to rely on dark, evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Kona, together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss? Discuss? A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh, hell yeah! He invited me back to his house? Oh, hell yeah! Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I am always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. But I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. He has a pet chicken? I think that's a stand. It's like on a stand. Sorry, you can't see it because it's behind Harry's thing, but it's a wooden chicken. It's like something that you would place on a mantle. Ooh, I need to catch my breath. I've been like reading nonstop. Ugh. Okay. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up, and he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy? Perhaps both? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it secret just for you? You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Yeah, see, this is the chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? It must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. Must be where he keeps his secret recipes. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, or 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? What, sashimi style? An adorable baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Wow, he was born with a chicken in his hand and a goatee and mustache when he was a child. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That, or maybe it's the drumstick he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? You gaze at the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of the student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out in the world and avenge my death? Wait, what? I've never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window and a crack in the ghost is swept out with a breeze. Tap. That's so messed up. Scented candle. You pick up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in the lake? Summer of '69? No, it's the secret recipe ingredient. It's... Wow. One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders sitting with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices, or maybe that's him and he's traveling back in time. You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but you wipe it off so you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Whoa, okay. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Oh, that's creepy. Why would you go to somebody's house and try on their clothes? Like, do I go around to people's houses when I visit them and try on their clothes and snoop through everything? I don't think so. What the heck? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on and wants you to taste. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. you decide that now is your moment and make a big move. Whoa! What kind of game is it then? Oh my! Oh, I was trying to be sus. It stopped me from making a big move. What big move? Why, we can't kiss him? I mean, what kind of big move were you thinking, KFC Gaming? Not that we blame you for trying, but still. What? Oh, come on! Wow. Oh shoot, we have to go all the way? Yeah, we're just gonna go all the way back. We're gonna go all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Oh, dang it, man. So you can mess up. We literally have to go through everything again.
Aww.
Okay, go back to this. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Kona? I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Blank. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast. I just whipped it up. Hell yeah! Thank you, Sir Pizza the Hut, for the host. I really appreciate it. Welcome. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. Hell yeah! So would you say that we're a perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. I'm just trying to butter biscuits, to be honest, with Ashley. Okay, you know. How you doing? I'm doing alright. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Should we tease him? It's good, but my mom made better. Oh, Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land a little too hard? Colonel, I know what you're gonna say. I need to be better if I'm gonna leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Did you finish building the skyline? No, we haven't. It's gonna take a few days. We got a lot of it done, though. It's just that we wanted to take a break and play this game today, because it just came out. Business partner, could he be talking to you? It's happening so quickly. Overcome with emotions and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now it turns out you're fine. I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clay, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was so interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me that I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Metallic guy? Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? But now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. Don't say it like that. Nothing even happened. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. Well, we tried to do something, but the game wouldn't let me. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare to pick on such a gentle, beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Kona, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Kona, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Kona, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Kona. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for, you know who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday, and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear that some sort of grimoire? I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Is that how you say that, grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? If it weren't really powerful? I can think of one sure way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in the case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like like anything else. Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. We shouldn't do it anyway. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Let's wait. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here! Terrence, I will destroy you! Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone? Professorial tone? Is that even a word? Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Kona, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of knowledge, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. Oh god, gross. I told you to save it for after class. Ew, what did he do? What did he do? You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appeared to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you gotta show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You all can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps of his panels. Then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. Oh, gross. Did he eat someone? In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown and challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Time test approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for the both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone who shows that little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug, and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Kona's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Kona, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam. Oh, I'm just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. I mean, we can't really hide it. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to happen. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you to the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, and he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, registered trademark, or registered, or copyrighted, right? Registered copyright? Yeah? Fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend baster blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rockin' roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Hell yeah. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point cooking technique, or chicken cooking technique. Wait, did Clank learn to speak English? Or when did he learn to speak English? It's the singularity as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got the spell book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Oh, he winked at me. I believe in you, Kona. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Kona, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done. So I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are manly. I think Gorko had a day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the spork monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long, involved story. You don't know exactly where this came from, but it seemed like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon the extra power. I can do this! I have what it takes! I came here to win! Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, Kona, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you have been summoned immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. Hey, Belle, how's it going? You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Don't worry, dear Kona. You may have suffered some setbacks, but not all is lost. But all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. KFC game hype, hell yeah. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds the delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects. and that surpasses their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a pure innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Heh, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down here. Get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in USCAL history. But it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks. Clank, where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir and beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. I can't believe I said that. Onomatopoeia. I haven't actually read that word before. Jesus. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole long days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny narumaki I spy floating in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electronic toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Kona, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up next. Oops. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my brand. It's kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on the account of the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last you heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps to calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Kona? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and an extremely good cooking job, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating and School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I had seen everything in this kitchen, you've given me this thing. Completely blown me away. In my 49 dog years, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is completed and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was the master chef, but also a renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Hell yeah. Oh my god. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. Dang, Van is ripped. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Senpai noticed. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone referred to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he has to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. And maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. The red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling sparking electrical hissing. It's Clank, who arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he is actually doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am, and it isn't time for me to devote my life figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. What? Casual? Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I did not get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Kona, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be glad to spend it together with you, Kona. How sweet! We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurant? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at the school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Could you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Kona, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Wait, is that legitimately the end? Oh god, I was gonna get loud again. Okay. Alright, that was it, I guess. Let me read the, so that wasn't so bad. So it says, 9 lovable characters, multiple hours of playthrough, dateable Colonel Sanders, a secret ending, secret recipes, cooking battles, battles, earn a degree from a fictional culinary school, 11 herbs and spices, cute miniature food, officially created by KFC. No, really. Okay. Well, I guess, I mean, that first playthrough is done. But was that the secret ending, or is there, like, another secret ending? I'm kind of hungry though. I mean, what did you guys think? I thought it was kind of interesting. I mean, this game was made by KFC, so like it was actually funny when we tried to like, you know, when we tried to make a move on him, apparently we game overed. That's actually really funny. I mean, that mac and cheese, is that legit though? Hold on, let me look this up. KFC. Can I get that? Is there a KFC open right now? No, I don't think so. Oh my god, it's legit. Oh my god. You can, okay, not gonna lie, you can actually get this. Wait, you knew this, Benz, and you didn't tell me? You knew this? You knew that this was like a legitimate thing? I don't go to KFC that often. But dang. That's actually really funny. I might go get this tomorrow. Is there a KFC near me? That's funny. I mean, that was pretty fun though, I'll be honest. That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Like, as far as like this being a joke, yes, it was very cheesy. It's a very cheesy game. But you know what? It was fun. It was fun. I'll take that. But like I said, always take the handkerchief. Always take it. Always take it. I feel like I should go eat something. Should I make mac and cheese? I can make mac and cheese. I honestly can't believe that this is legitimate. Like, it's just funny. Can I load a game? How's it going, Bill? I remember that you said that you wanted to go to TwitchCon. Are you going this weekend? TwitchCon is this weekend, right? It's on Friday. Not going this year? Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to start it again. You're not going? Yeah, I'm not going either, obviously, because oh, this is that. Yeah. I was like, no, I remember that you said that you were thinking about going, so I was wondering if you were. I'm not going either, I just wanted to know. Yeah. I might do it next year as well. Depends. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this game was actually pretty fun. Like, I don't think I'm gonna play it again, but it was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. What is the secret ending, though? I'm kind of curious. Hold on. I mean, it seems like there's only, like, one answer anyways for most of it. So, I don't know. Like, you don't get to do anything with him. Like, there's no, like, magical kiss or whatever, right, in this game? Which, I mean, that's fine. I'll be honest, that's fine with me, because it's just like, why are you macking on? Like, my thing is that, is he, like, a time traveler or something? Because why Why does it seem like he... Are there multiple endings? Hold on, let me look this up real quick. It says multiple hours of playthroughs. It says a secret ending, so that means there must be another ending, but I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna Google. I know it's cheating. Hold on. Secret ending. KFC. Wait, is the ending where? What's the secret ending? I'm just wondering if it's that if it was me attempting to mac on Colonel Sanders, like was that one of the endings, like one of the secret endings? Because technically we got that. We game overed right there when we accidentally try to mac on him. But I don't know if that was considered an ending or not. That was pretty funny though. I'll be honest, that was pretty funny. Okay. Well, I mean, it is 10:15 right now. What should we do? I feel like we have a lot of time. Hey, Red Walrus, how's it going? I can't speak right now because, like, I literally just read for, like, the past hour and 15, or 2 hours and 15 minutes. Holy crap. My tongue is, like, my tongue is tied right now. Whew. But that was a fun game. I'll be honest, that was a really fun game. And we have the chicken strip. Chicken strip.